Hi, this is Janet Wakeland with remarkablycreated.com. In today's One Take Wonder video, I want to take a moment to take a look at technology. And specifically what I'd like to talk to you about today is the Canon Selphy printer. I recently discovered this through the advice of a fellow Stampin' UP demonstrator, and it is going to totally revolutionize my ability to get scrapbook pages done. It's going to just marriage perfectly with Project Life by Stampin' UP that was just introduced and will begin sales May 1st. As well as my ability to share photos with my older parents who do not use Facebook and things like that. So I am really excited to have this tool in my arsenal of crafting tools here at Craft World. When you are looking at the Canon Selphy, I do encourage you to look at the newer model, the CP910. It is Wi-Fi enabled, and that is what's going to allow you to print directly from your cell phone. A lot of us seem to be taking many more photos by our cell phone than traditional cameras, and so having that Wi-Fi ability to print right from your phone is going to be another great addition. Also, for those of you that are holding classes, maybe you teach Project Life, maybe you teach traditional scrapbooking, maybe you just get together with your family and you sit around and you scrapbook together. Having the Wi-Fi ability, anybody can then send their photos to this printer and off they go. If you are going to use the CP910, there is a free program that coordinates with it. It is called the Canon Easy Print, and you're going to want to make sure that you have that program on your phone. All of that is explained in the instructions that come with the Selphy 910. So let's take a look at some of the basics of the machine and setting it up. First, obviously, you need to be connected to a power source and you want to turn it on. And then you also need to have ink and paper. In addition to the ease of the use of this machine, I am not very technologically savvy. I know I fool you guys a lot by these videos and some of the things that I do, but the truth is I'm really not. And this machine is literally plug and play. There's not a lot of programs to install. There's not a lot of apps to learn. It is literally almost plug and play. One of the things that you need is you need electricity, you need the machine, and you need ink and paper. And this is where my second love, besides the ease of the setup of the machine, came in. When I discovered that when you buy the ink and the paper, you get just the right amount of ink for just the number of papers that they sell you. When this ink is gone, the paper is gone. When the paper is gone, the ink is gone. Absolutely amazing. You don't have a whole bunch of half-used of these around or a whole bunch of paper that didn't get used around. And that part absolutely appeals to my organizational senses. I love knowing that when this is used up, this is used up. I found my printer and these great cardstock ink packages on Amazon, so that's where I went shopping. So, with your machine, obviously you need electricity, you need it turned on, you need ink and paper. You have the ability to work with SD cards from your camera. You have the ability to work with devices that plug into a USB port, and this is a smaller port like your video cameras, and again some of the ports from your different phones and things like that might plug directly in here for you. You do need to add your ink that I just showed you, and your ink will go right here on the end. You want to be really careful. There is film here in the middle. You want to be careful not to touch that because the film is what contains your ink. But it's very well labeled with arrows and markings and all that kind of stuff. And you want to drop your ink cartridge in, make sure that it's in tight, and then just shut it. And again, when that ink cartridge is used up, you are out of paper. And when you're out of paper, that is used up. Absolutely brilliant on their part. In the front where the SD card is, you want to open that up. It has this little paper tray. It's kind of cute. It's so tiny. This little smoky cover. It says open. Things are very well labeled and marked. You want to open that. And then it says open again, and you want to open it the whole way. And then here is where you want to lay your paper. And what's really cool is that the paper, again, you don't have to worry about this side up, accidentally putting it in wrong. It has a little tab at the top and a tab at the bottom. That's what it uses as it grabs it and pulls it through the printer. And so those little tabs, I'll show you in a little bit how those get pulled off. And you want to just put it shiny side up. So you just lay some of your sheets of paper in there. You want to close it. If you are storing it, obviously you would just store it like that and take it and go. But while you're working with it in the printer, make sure that the smoky piece, this piece here, is up. We're going to take and we're going to slide it right into the front of our printer, and now we're ready to go. When you're first setting this up, you need to make sure that you connect to the printer. And so you're going to hit connect and make sure you go the whole way through. It's going to give you a password. And when you come to your phone and you go to your, let's open this up for a second, your Canon Easy Print program, it's going to help you set up your printer. Okay? And you're going to make sure that you use this code. The other thing then is when you get ready to print, when you're working from your smartphone, you need to make sure that you go to settings. You need to go to Wi-Fi, and then you need to choose the network that is the CP910 network. When you pick the CP910 network, you'll go here. Obviously, you can't be on two networks at once. So while you're working with this in your phone, you can't be surfing Facebook and Pinterest and all that. You're working on a dedicated Wi-Fi between CP910 and your phone. So you're going to connect here, and then you can go back to your Canon Easy Print program, photo albums, and you're going to pick a photo to print. So let's pick something really cute. I was doing peanut butter bubbles with my boys. It's a rainy day here, and they are absolutely a mess. They are sticky and they are fun, but oh, Lord help me, they make a mess out of the boys. They look like they got into icing or something. So we're going to select this photo. And now here on my print settings, it's a little hard here. I'll try to do some photos for you. You want to make sure that the printer selected is your CP910. So it says that on my phone. I can go back here, and now I just hit the word print. And what's going to happen is it's going to print a 4x6 photo. Now I'm hoping that by showing you this video, all of you will not panic like I did. When I first saw it start to spit this piece of paper out, I thought, oh no, I have wasted my money. And I was ready to tell the demonstrator who had referred this to me, are you serious? You really think this is a good thing? Like, who wants yellow photos? I am so glad that before I could grab this piece of paper and just yank it out of there, that I was so busy thinking that it spit it back through. What happens is it brings it back and forth several times, layering ink onto it. So don't touch it. There is nothing wrong with your printer. It will come out yellow first. It will come out red first. It will come out one more time looking almost done. And then it will come out a fourth time being absolutely beautiful. And I am really pleased with the skin tone colors. I am really pleased with the overall quality of these photos that I am seeing with this. And I think that it's a combination of the printer as well as the program that I'm using on my phone. So there you can see the little marks on his face. Maybe you can't see it on the photo, and on his little whiskers. That's actually peanut butter bubbles. So it's something kind of fun that we were doing in the house. But you can see the white edges on either end. You're going to simply just pull those off. I like that it is very, very clean score. There's no little snags or extra snips of paper. I do not need to cut anything. So there I have a beautiful picture that's 4x6 that now I'm ready to drop into my Project Life pages. Now a couple of things. Maybe you don't want a 4x6 photo, so you can come over here to menu, and you can come up change settings and hit OK. Under change settings, you can change from glossy to patterned paper. You can change from borderless, if you'll notice there's no border around this, to border. You can also do different sizes. This is a 1-up. There's only one photo on here. You can also do 2-up, 3-up, 4-up, which will give you different size photos that you can cut down and then slip into your pockets. In addition, if you're working with your cell phone, a couple of things. One of the things on my smartphone is I like to work with an app called the Pro Camera app, and you can set your aspect ratio to 3:2. Or, if you have a smartphone, when you go ahead and you bring up a photo, you can go ahead, and when you hit edit and crop, it will ask you your aspect. And you can set it to 4x6 if you want to make sure that something like this doesn't happen. If you want a true 4x6 photo, you want to make sure that you have your aspect at 3:2, if that's what the camera says. Or here, this one under is asking me that I want a 4x6 photo. Because here you can see we're a grand what? Okay, Stampin U. There's a whole bunch of things missing in this photo. So you want to make sure then that you choose your aspect. And here, if I went 4x6, in this box is the photo that I want. And I'll just hit crop, and now I have my photo and I'm ready to go. The other thing that you can use is you can use a program called Pick Stitch, and this is going to allow you to Again, put a whole bunch of photos on your pages, stitch photos together, so that when you print it out, you have them ready to go in our 4x4, 3x2, and other size pockets and things like that. So it's a great thing to work with. In addition, you can see here on the project that I've started, I'm working with Project Life cards. But as I said in the beginning, the Selfie printer is not just for Project Life. You can use it for your traditional scrapbook pages, so that if you're working at an event and you want to take photos that you've had from recent events or even past events, depending on how many photos you save on your phone, you'll be able to print them out and start to add them into your pockets. It's great for traditional size scrapbooking, and as I mentioned earlier, it's also great for simply just taking photos and putting them in an envelope to send them to somebody to either scrap themselves, or in my case, I have elderly parents who are not using social media and are not anywhere near an internet, so sending them photos the old-fashioned way in a card for them to enjoy is the best thing, and marrying my cell phone with that is going to be great. I invite you to check back to remarkablycreated.com so you can check the progress of this Project Life album that I have started for a trip that I have coming up. Also, you can always contact me with any questions that you have about how I'm using the Selfie or Project Life in any classes that I have coming up. I do have an amazing Project Life launch party coming up, and we'll be doing monthly crops and parties around Project Life and traditional scrapbooking, or using Project Life as well for great cards and things like that. And you can always find all of those details at remarkablycreated.com. So I really look forward to sharing the memorable moments in your life and getting all of the photos off of our phone, printed, and into some way that we have via traditional scrapbooking, photo cards, photo projects, memory albums, whatever it is, with the rest of the world to see. So thank you for watching. Take care, and God bless.